This is my 5,000 point Death Guard army. I've been collecting this army for longer than 15 years now. I'm in the hobby for 25 years, and about 10 years in, maybe it was less, I don't remember really, I started collecting Death Guard. And this is my, let's say, the old guard. I have these are the plastic and metal mix kits from Games Workshop. Or are they? Yeah. So the legs, I think the legs and the backpacks were plastic, and some of the other bits was metal. So these have been in my collection for a long time, and they've served me well in many battles. It was some of them are converted. They have some wonky conversions going on with some canisters of fuel on the backs or stuff like that. And with these, there was a big problem because I had a new basing scheme that I really liked, and when I did the basing scheme, I rebased all of my, I think it was 40 Plague Marines, and then Games Workshop changed the base size to 32 millimeters shortly after that, and then I had to break off all the bases and rebase them again. It was so annoying. That was just why I almost stopped playing this army, but I soldiered through and just changed the bases anyway. And then there are my two Rhinos. The Rhinos have double tracks, so I thought the Rhino was just too small for Death Guard or for Marines anyway. So I cut two of my old Rhinos up, slapped the tracks on top of the other Rhino, and made a basically double wheel thing, double chains, whatever. So that was a fun conversion. I have some really old school green stuff work that was sculpted on top here. So there's some wonky nervy symbol on here. There's even a big mouth that is the side door here. So that's just like old school conversions. Then I have two Land Raiders. The Land Raiders are a little bit newer in my collection. I had one of them that was repainted, I think, 3 times, and the paint was scratched off here. There's big gouges here. I think it was it was blue once, so it was probably an ultramarine once, and it was red. It was a Blood Angel, and I think it was white as well. Like 3 people had it before I got it, and then I painted it finally in its end form like this, and I put some rune encrusting here, and I did some conversions. Like here, there's something growing on the side and stuff like that. And this one is a little bit more spiky. And then I have 2 of the plastic Hellbrutes that are converted. Those are both from the same model. I've shown them on the channel before already. Those were really fun to do. And then I have a lot of spawn. So I noticed that in the new codex you can only take 2 spawns a unit. So it's technically 5.5 units there, because it's 11 spawn. But yeah, I've not used them in a long time, and I'm not sure because they still have the small base, the 40 mil base, and I think they are on 50 mil bases or 60 mil bases, or who knows what bases now. So I might rebase them one day, or I make just a bunch of new ones and just convert some of them up, whatever. And I added some of the Terminators. Those are the old Chaos Terminators, the plastic ones. And I have one of the still current Chaos Space Marine Sorcerers here that I converted up as well. What else is there? Then I have a bunch of new Death Guard Marines. Those are painted a little bit, look a little bit better in my opinion. I've shown the Deathshroud I painted recently on my channel. The other guys will look like those. Some of them are only battle ready, some of them are completely finished. But yeah, so this army is 5,000 points, 5,800, and I also have some older models that are not in the codex anymore because they took away our Vindicators. How could they? So no Vindicators anymore. And just a few weeks after I finished painting back in the day my Mauler Fiend and my Forge Fiend, they took them away from the codex, including the Helldrake as well. So that was really annoying back in the day. That's why I also almost stopped playing, because I had really a lot of fun painting the 2 miniatures, the Mauler Fiend and Forge Fiend, and a few weeks later they stripped it away from me, but I don't care. I will maybe I just make a Chaos Space Marine army that's really a Death Guard army, just paint more of the miniatures this Chaos Space Marine army has, because they have these really cool mutant cultists as well. Maybe I do that, I don't know. And there is the crown jewel of the collection, Mortarion. I painted him, I think 40 or 50 hours took me, that paint job took me. And I really love that model, it's such a cool model, and I had a long time thinking about the wings, because I didn't like how bright and the wings were on the display model. Games Workshop was in a box, and I could never paint like that anyway, let's be honest. So I said I want my wings to be darker, so he looks more menacing. And I think I did a pretty good job with that. The armor is the same paint job, a little bit more refined than the normal guy's armor, because he's bigger as well. You need a little bit more details on bigger armor. But apart from that, he turned out really cool, and I really loved the model. It was really fun, and he has so many little gribbly nurglings and little flying things there. It's a great model. And then I have the old Typhus, because I have the new plastic one that is not painted fully yet, but I have the old one that served me well in many games as well. His nurglings are cool too. I love his little nurgling that is licking on a spike that's growing out of the floor. It's just one of my favorite nurglings ever. And I have some, I had a tournament army recently that had 3 Rhinos and 30 Plague Marines and 3 Plagueburst Crawler, and I think it was 2 Blight Drones, and some of the Nurgle characters, like the Foul Blight Spawns. Of 2 converted, a converted and a normal Foul Blight Spawn, and a converted and 2 normal Putrifier. I think Biologous Putrifier is their name. Yeah, I guess so. And then some of the new Terminators. And what else do I have? I also have 3 drones, as I said, and my old Defiler. That one was, I think, oh man, it's been so long ago. I converted this one so long ago. I think it must have been 2008 or something when I converted this one. And then I added it to the Death Guard later, because it wasn't really supposed to go into my Death Guard, and then I did a lot of conversion on it, a little mouth on the front and a little vat that is dissolving skulls back there. And that was a really fun project that took way too long, over 10 years in the making. And then I have some Poxwalkers there as well, and I have my famous it's totally not 2 Nurglings in a coat Poxwalker here as well. That is a really fun conversion where you hollow out the Poxwalker's coat, and then you stick 2 Nurglings in, and one of the Nurglings, there's one Nurgling that pulls on intestines or something, so he pulls on the intestines, and you can paint that basically in silver and bend it a little bit so it looks like a piece of rebar or metal. So you can stick a skull on top of that, and then it looks like the Nurgling is posing as its head. That skull is basically the Nurgling's head. So that's a pretty fun conversion I did. That was displayed on Warhammer Community before as well. So some people did the same conversion as I did as well. You have to convert the Nurgling's horns a little bit. So you have to cut off one guy's horns and then put a horn in the middle or something, or take the arms and put them a little bit more to the side so they can fit into the coat. But that was a really fun conversion. Then I have 2 of my really cool, I really like them, Demon Princes. This one has the axe of a Bloodthirster in hand, and then I have distorted and drilled holes into the axe so it looks like it is a big axe he has, because from the Bloodthirster one I think is even bigger, so I cut it a little bit to shape. And this one I've seen on the internet. I cannot remember who made that original conversion, but I got inspired by that conversion that has the mask of the Dark Elder, what is it, the Pain Engines. They have like these cool plastic masks, and I use them to disguise this guy's face. And the tail is from the Mauler Fiend / Forge Fiend kit, and then the gun is also from that kit. And then I put some cabling in there that it ties together nicely with the big arm. The arm he has that cabling on it as well. And then I added some cables to the bottom and some goop that is coming out of it. and then I heat formed with I just took a lighter and heated the hand up. Don't do that alone, kids. Get your parents to help you. And I heat formed the hand so it looks like it's gripping around the gun. So that was a fun conversion too. I had a lot of fun with my Death Guard. And my 3 Rhinos are a recent addition. I think that was last year when I painted them. They are technically only battle ready, but they look pretty cool in my opinion already. And then my Plagueburst Crawlers I built for that same army as well. I want to have more in the end. They are magnetized, so you can take the weapons on the side off. I think you can just, the front weapon, you can just stick that other one in there. That's not a problem. But apart from that, nothing else I think in the arm is magnetized. Are these magnetized? Yeah. So these are magnetized, but I think I glued one of them anyway, so I'm not really sure why these are magnetized. You can just move them, but is it really necessary? Not really. But I love my Death Guard, and it was fun showing it to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time painting some more Death Guard infantry and finishing my 49 Plague Marines. If you want to see how I started my 49 Plague Marines, you can just click here on the link in the description. And I'll see you next time, and subscribe while you're at it. I think it's probably here. Subscribe, the little frog face here. See you. Bye.